how does someone go about getting into this business? Like, where do you look for opportunities? You know, what does someone do if they want to add,
Yeah.
$1,000 a month?
Yeah, that's a great question. So at the end of the day, you want high foot traffic. And that could be anything from 2 weeks ago, I had to get a new real ID driver's license. So I went into the DMV. I had a 45-minute wait. So guess what I did? I walked up to the front desk and I was like, hey, there's a lobby of people waiting here. You don't even have a water fountain. Where's your vending machine? And they're like, that's a great question. Let me intro you to the manager. So, like, they're all around us. Like you said, when you travel through an airport, that's an easy one because you're just killing time before you depart. We just had our baby 10 days ago and the cafe closes at 2 p.m. Well, guess what? What are all the evening and the night nurses doing to stay caffeinated? Like they're all grumpy because they don't have any coffee or anything because the cafe's closed. Well, let's talk about a cold brew machine. And so there's opportunity all around us that the I'm super bullish on these micro markets. And you go stay at a Marriott. I had a buddy text me last night. He's checking into a Marriott in Florida, and he went to get a snack out of the micro market. Well, guess what he has to do to pay for that thing? He has to wait in line at the front desk. So he's sending me a picture while he's waiting in line, and it's like, guys, there's technology these days where all of that friction can be removed.
I'm at a Marriott right now in Southern California. It's an awesome Marriott, Lido House. Shout out Lido House to Newport Beach, but same thing, right? It's right. I mean, it's right down there. You go grab. They got the protein drinks and some healthy snacks there, which is great. But then you got to stand in line and wait, and it's a busy hotel, right? So you wait for them, and so the value proposition for you when you go to these like a hotel, for example, or any of those establishments, a DMV, hospital, right? Is you're just providing a service for the people that are already going there, right? They're already spending money there, or they're working there, or whatever. They have to be there, and you're providing a way for them to stay, fueled, stay caffeinated, whatever. And that the staff of the establishment, whether it's the hotel or not, they don't have to deal with people trying to just add more, get some food, right? Get something.
Yeah. Well, you're spot on. And to even take it a step back further, Jeff, like you have a bunch of your listeners that are in commercial real estate. So I have a vendingpreneur of mine in Phoenix that went and met with a big commercial real estate management group. And guess what? At the end of the day, it's all about providing them an amenity. And what do these people want to do? They want to fill up their building with tenants. Well, what's going to help them sell to these businesses to come bring people back to the office? Amenities. So fast Wi-Fi. We don't want, it's the Facebook Zuckerberg model. We don't want them to leave campus to go get lunch. So we're going to provide lunch here.
100%. 100%.
So it sounds like there's like different sorts of vending machines that you're involved with, right? They're not just all like the straight up traditional snack ones. You got different, is that true? There's multiple different kinds that you're involved with?
Yeah, so kind of the most recent wave, Brock, is these micro markets, which is, and the most general sense is the self-checkout kiosk you see at a grocery store. So now airports these days, you walk down to the terminal like Denver. You walk down to the terminal because I'm flying into the middle of nowhere, Idaho. I'm on the in terminal. They're going to put these micro markets with no staff. So you're just going to grab that Dr. Pepper, check out. There'll be a camera there that'll have what's called panoramic theft detection, smart vision. So if you grab that Dr. Pepper, but you don't go to the kiosk to pay for it, you're going to get alerted as theft. So with the technology these days, you don't need a person there to check you out for that Dr. Pepper. And the other great thing with this is you reduce the friction of, like, my mom or dad don't even know how to use the numbers on a vending machine, but they can like find a barcode and scan it and pay for cash. So like these micro markets will do 3 to 4x of any machine in the same location. So we're swapping out vending machines with micro markets and doing triple the revenue.
Interesting. And how many, the combination of vending and micro markets, like how many do you have total?
I think I'm up to 14, but I just met, I live here in Oregon. There's a manufacturing plant I just met with. They have 4 machines from the Coca-Cola distributor in Oregon, and the Coca-Cola, they make more money on refilling kegs than they do vending machines. So these machines aren't being stocked, where vending's my core focus. So we're going to put in a micro market in there 500 migrant workers, 24/7 shifts, so nighttime shifts, 3 shifts all day, truckers and contract workers in the summer because it's an agricultural farm. That thing is going to do over 15 grand a month.
Wow.
That's
We're going to be stocking it 3 times a day. And if you have the systems in place, the guy I hired to do it's $20 an hour.
so that's. Did you have something you want to say, Brock? Or
That's kind of what I was getting to. Is
cut off,
I was trying to get to like to give people an idea, and myself as well, because I have no idea like how much these things actually make, right? So that sounds like that one's killing it. So there's a big range, I guess, right? Of like that.
Yeah. So like 100-unit apartment will do $1,000 with a vending machine. It'll do 3 grand with a micro market. I mean, think about it. You're putting like the Marriott I stayed in last week. They had the macaroni microwavables. They were selling for $6 a pop. Those things cost $1.30 on Amazon.
Yeah.
And guess what? Jeff's like, yeah, room charge it because my work's paying for it.
Yeah.
right? So you're totally right. Like with business travelers, especially, right? There's less. Obviously you want to be smart, and be a steward of even the company's capital that you work for. But still, you're thinking less about the $6 when you're hungry, than you might be if you were paying for it yourself. And so finding and Tillman Fertitta, I might have butchered his last name there, but the guy who owns the Rockets, he owns Lowry's, he owns all those, and he basically said that he caters to business travelers because they have corporate cards, corporate expense accounts, and they don't think as much about that. And this is just one spin on that. What I wanted to figure out is I think of everything through a sales lens, right? I understand how we could go get these vending machines and screw the vending machines, get the mini markets into these places, right? But like, how did you figure out how to systematize on the back end? Like, do you have like standard operating procedures? Like, I get you got to hire somebody to stock them, but
yeah. So the first 2 years of this route that I built here in Oregon, I stocked it myself. And it's a classic gig thing. So you can do it on your way to the golf course, on your way to the grocery store. Like when you're out and about running errands, at the end of the day, if I'm on a work trip and the machine's out of Snickers, people are just going to buy Twix. It's not like a pipe burst in your rental and you got to have someone over there tomorrow. It's food and drink. They're going to buy a Pepsi if Coke is out. So
they're not.
Yeah, exactly. But like you think about the systems, I track the inventory on my phone. So literally I can see, okay, I sold 5 monsters last night for $4.50 a pop. That's $25 while I was sleeping. And I get the monsters from Costco.com free delivery for $1.45. Like it's just 4x return, 3x return. It's simple. But yeah, it's simple. Systemize it, and then you need an operator. So in my case, I posted a job ad in Gigs. Craigslist has this section called Gigs under jobs, and it's your Ubers, your DoorDashes. Basically what Gigs means is I don't care if you do it at 8 a.m. or 12 p.m. You turn on when you want to work, right? So I posted a job ad, $20 an hour. If you do a great job, after 90 days, I'll give you 5% of profits. I had 40 applicants in 48 hours. And I had everything from college kids to the guy that I hired is he's a dad of 2 that drives 45 minutes to drop his kids off at a Catholic school here in Eugene. He lives out in the country 42 miles away, which is the same thing I did growing up in Iowa. So like we just hit it off. And Jeff, after that meeting yesterday, literally after this call, I got to call him and say, hey, if these guys sign up with a micro market, I want you to quit your day job because I can afford to bring you on full time.
Boom. I mean, what you're doing is and great entrepreneurs do this. They see gaps in the market, in whatever it might be, right? And you've kind of found this sort of convergence of, their gig work is everybody's trying to figure out ways to, it's how Uber and Instacart and all those different gig work opportunities everybody wants flexibility in their life these days, right? And so you found a way to provide gig work to people while you're also finding a way to help take the burden off the staff of hotels and airports and DMVs and whatever, and provide a service. So it's neat to hear about this sort of convergence of like all these different trends Not to mention like the mini markets you can stock with healthier food, right? I'll go pay up, to eat something that's relatively, healthier in a mini market that's, more of a modern style vending market than a traditional, vending machine. But if you're hungry or you need some energy, like you're gonna pay whatever for those things. So I think that's so cool what you're doing, and I'm pumped to hear more about it. I'm pumped to do something with you here someday. I'm telling you, we're gonna do it. I think the focus that you have on making money while you sleep is also a great way to do it, and also taking ego out. Like everybody, a lot of people that we talk to, they want to own 1,000 units or 100,000 units, right? But sometimes you got to give what the market is. You got to take what the market's giving you, right? And right now, commercial real estate can be very, very tough. We just talked about that. Raising capital, putting together the debt and the equity for real estate deals is really challenging. And you kind of took that. Now you were going down the short-term rental route, and then kind of saw this gap with vending machines and built a community for what were you calling them? Vendingpreneurs.
Vendingpreneurs, yeah, which is
coin that.
Not yet. I don't know. I mean, technically, it's not trademarked or anything like that, but yeah. But you bring up a great point, because what you said, it comes back to flexibility. People want the option, because the first thing I always say is like, I don't care if you stock in the morning or night, it needs done once a week. I don't care if it's Monday or Friday, it needs done once a week. It's your choice. And when you give people the power of choice, they're going to do it. And the other side of this, putting the ego aside, I don't care if the vending, you can probably get 60% margins. That's what I was getting when I was doing it. I'd rather get 50% margins and not do anything but track the inventory on my phone.